Hello, welcome to Becoming Catholic. That's right, this is not the St. Nader Tots channel. That lasted for all of 0 videos, but I've changed the channel back, as you may have noticed, to Becoming Catholic. And there's a reason for that, and I'm very excited to share it with you. I've got some updates for you about the channel, some updates on my life and my faith journey and on my family's life. So we're just gonna jump right into it. Where have I been? I have been all over the place. So as you may remember from a video that has since been deleted from my channel, the video where I explained why I was changing the name of the channel to St. Nader Tots, I watched the movie Jesus Revolution. I saw it a couple of times, and it sort of reignited that Protestant, Pentecostal, revivalistic aspect of my walk with Christ, or sort of my heritage. If you've seen one of my first videos, which was kind of the story of how I became a Christian and how I was beginning to draw near to the Catholic Church, I started out kind of with a Pentecostal, charismatic, spirit-filled background, and that movie really spoke to that, and it really spoke to my emotions and my passions and the sentimentality of my heart. You have to mind the breaths and the giggles. I have my daughter Wesley in the car, as well as both my dogs Gonzo and Grandpa, kind of giving my wife a break, giving her a break from taking care of everybody so she can do some of her work at home. But yeah, so what are you laughing about? Do you want a snack? Here you go. Okay, sorry. Where was I? Yeah, so the Jesus Revolution movie very much spoke to the part of my relationship with Christ, or the piece of that story where I kind of started, and where my first love for God and zeal for him really took shape. And I mistook that as God's leading, I guess, is the best way to say that. You know, I had kind of said numerous times, you can see it in pretty much every other video on this channel, that I was mostly convinced intellectually of Catholic doctrine, and that the Roman Catholic Church, or not the Roman Catholic Church, but the Catholic Church is the one true church. And I said, it's in my mind, but it's not in my heart. And then this movie seemingly spoke to my heart, and that felt like a redirection from the Lord. And maybe it was for a time, but it could have just been my feelings, my fickle emotions, and me getting excited. And I saw the movie a few times and was really on fire about it. And as that settled, as the dust settled from that experience, I started to feel this draw back towards Catholicism. And so I made myself a new set of prayer beads. I don't have them with me at the moment, but just a string of 10 beads with a crucifix and a miraculous medal on it. And those are my devotional beads. And I would typically pray 150 Our Fathers on it, and pray some additional Jesus prayers and Hail Marys and such on that set of beads. But it was mostly 150 Our Fathers I was praying on that. And then I got a Harmony of the Gospels in the Knox translation, and for a little while, about 2 weeks or so, my wife and I were having family devotional time with that, where we would read the gospel reading of that day, and then we would each pray 10 Jesus prayers with my beads, and then we would take turns every other night praying 10 Jesus prayers for our daughter Wesley. And so I was feeling this draw towards Catholicism. All of a sudden, my wife, just a little bit, started to sense a draw towards Catholicism, and not just like, oh, it's true, we have to convert, but just Well, the devotional practices make a lot of sense, and they kind of fit us spiritually and fit our lifestyle. And so as that began, I started just feeling a pull in a lot of areas. I started watching videos again and listening to podcasts again about the Catholic Church and about people converting to Catholicism from whatever it was they were converting from. And I began to discover that I had more than just a convincing intellectually. I could feel my heart being pulled towards the Catholic Church, because that's where Jesus is present in the Eucharist, and that's where you are truly forgiven of your sins in confession, and just there's so many aspects, that you truly get to worship God at Mass instead of what at times feels like pretending to worship God in my Protestant church, where we just kind of sing a couple of hokey songs and listen to somebody talk for 45 minutes. And so I can say right now with confidence that I personally, just me, I am totally, completely convinced of the Catholic Church. Intellectually, it is spoken to my heart. I feel pulled to it. I need no more convincing in any way, shape, or form. In one sense, I am ready to convert to Catholicism. But that is not where the story ends. So I want to tell you what that means for this channel, what that means for my own faith journey, and what that means for my wife and our life as a family and our journey. First of all, my wife is not convinced of Catholic doctrine and 100%, and she's not convinced that God is calling her or calling us to convert to Catholicism. And I may have said this in previous videos. I will say it again. Some people like Scott Hahn were able to convert on their own and then later pull their wife in after they converted, and then eventually their wife converted. That's not me. I have no... Excuse my daughter. I have no intention of doing that. I very much wish to walk with my wife every single step of that journey, no matter where that journey leads her and where it leads us. And so I'm very excited about that. What I will say is that my wife has become convinced of certain Marian dogmas, not all of them, but some of them. And there are some other Catholic doctrines. Some of them are big deals, and some of them, while they are dogmatic, not as big of a deal, I guess, in our own personal, rational minds. But the reason I say that is because my wife her heart is warmed to the idea, I guess. She could say it better than I could. I can't describe what she thinks or how she feels very well. But while she has an interest, she has been learning a little bit about the Catholic Church. She's convinced in something. She's not 100% totally convinced and ready to convert. And I do just real quick want to say something to her. It's not things she hasn't heard me say before, but I think it's important for her to hear me say it here in this space, but also for those of you who have been and will continue to follow my journey, it's important for you to hear my heart towards my wife in this. So, Kaylin, I know you're watching this. You're one of the few people who can make it this far into me speaking without a break. First, I want to say thank you. Thank you for being so supportive of me, not just in my pursuit of Jesus and pursuit of Catholicism, but supportive of me when I am a really bad husband, and when I am a really bad dad, and when I'm a really bad employee or youth pastor. or when I'm a really bad friend, but also thank you for supporting me and encouraging me to be better in those moments and not just telling me how terrible I am. Thank you for seeing my heart for Jesus in this pursuit of Catholicism. And thank you for taking initiative on your own to learn and read and listen, and for experimenting with me in our devotional lives. I'm so grateful for you. You are the greatest gift. And Wesley agrees. You are the greatest gift to me and to us, and I'm so grateful for you. But I also want to say sorry. I am sorry for the times where I feel like I am pushing you to move at my pace instead of your own. For the moments and for the days where I make you feel like you are holding me back spiritually in some sense. For the times when I speak presumptuously of our future, both about Catholicism and about other things. I'm sorry. Those are those moments where I'm not such a great husband. And I'm sorry. And just know I only speak that way because I am excited about Jesus and his presence and the revelation of who he is and where he is. And I never wish to make you feel pressured or like I am making decisions for our family on my own without consenting, without your consent. And so just thank you. I have every intention of walking with you through the journey, whatever that is, whatever it looks like, wherever it's to. I want to walk with you down that path, and I want to be supportive and I want to be helpful, and I don't want to make you feel like you have to follow me in everything blindly. I want you to be on my team, and I want to be on your team, and I want to understand where you're coming from, and I want you to understand where I'm coming from. But I love you, and I'm so grateful for you. So thank you. I'm sorry, and I love you. So for those of you who are not my wife, which would be most of you, hopefully hearing me speak to her helps you understand why I am not converting to Catholicism at this given moment. There are some other reasons, but that's a big one. And it's because I wish to walk with my wife and walk with my family into the one true church if this is where the Lord is calling us. And I do believe that if it is the one true church, it is where God will lead our family. And I am confident that we will convert if it is the one true church. And all of you who are Catholic, I'm sure you can agree, because our hearts, both mine and my wife's, are just to experience more of Jesus, to know him more intimately and more closely. So what does that mean for this channel? If the journey's not over, if I'm not converting, what's going on with this channel? Well, there's a couple things. I named it Becoming Catholic, or renamed it Becoming Catholic, because I do believe that that is the journey I'm on, or at least I think it's the journey I'm on, and I'm real excited about it. Second, if my wife and I do become Catholic, then I foresee this channel becoming a ministry where I can kind of help guide Protestants into the Catholic Church, where hopefully as I grow and as I learn, I can kind of catechize Protestants into Catholicism. And I don't just say that like, oh, I already know so much about Catholicism, therefore I can catechize and evangelize. One of the things I'm doing, and will be documenting, is taking a series of courses from Aquinas College in Nashville. I'm taking their catechist formation courses online, so that by the time I've taken all 6 courses, I will receive some sort of certificate that basically says, according to them, I'll be a decent catechist. It's not something that, my diocese needs to approve, or that my priest needs to approve. It's something that I am able to do on my own. And I'm doing that because I want to educate myself so that I want to make room for this channel to be a ministry, a catechizing ministry. But I also want to catechize myself. And, my family, my wife and I, we as a family unit are not ready to make that step to convert. But I am eager. I'm eager to learn. I'm eager to experience. And so one of the things I'll be documenting is my education. I'll be educating myself, in a sense, catechizing myself, to prepare for the potential catechist position I dream of taking, if you will. The other thing I am going to be doing is continue to develop a Catholic devotional life. And I'm going to kind of explore that with you. As a matter of fact, the first thing I'm going to do is something I promised you a very long time ago. I'm going to go through this Marian consecration with Thomas Aquinas, and I'm going to start tonight. And that's going to be 2 videos about this consecration. I'm going to take a short video reflecting on each day's reading, and I'll compile that into 2 separate videos that I will share with you, and that'll be coming soon. So you're going to have some videos of me kind of sharing my experience as I learn, and I'm also going to share my experience as I kind of pursue Catholic devotional life and Catholic spirituality, and I'm super excited for that. And finally, I do still have to figure out work stuff. I do still work for a Protestant church. I am the director of student ministries at a Protestant church. It is my full-time job. I cannot just abandon that. They pay me, not great, but they pay me well enough to be able to support my family and provide for my family. And they also give me wonderful benefits. So there are some things potentially in the works that I am excited to share with you when the time is to share with you. So these are things you will see in the near future of this channel. And like I referenced, my goal is that if we do convert to Catholicism, this channel will become a ministry. And I'm very excited. So I'm going to say goodbye for now, because what I'm going to do is record the introduction for this video, as well as for the introduction of the catechist formation class videos, because I've already taken the first 2 lessons of the catechist formation, and I'm very excited. So yeah, thank you so much. For those of you who have been subscribed for a long time and have not seen any content, but you've stayed subscribed, you go back and watch my videos, thank you. Thank you for your help and for your support. Thank you for praying for me and my family. Thank you. If you are new here and this is a topic that interests you, if this is a journey you're on yourself, or maybe you're not, but you wish to just follow someone else on that journey, if you wouldn't mind, click subscribe, click that bell icon, like the video, comment. Any of your interactions with these videos help me, and they make more room for my wife and I to be able to explore the things that we feel God's asking us to explore. So thank you so much for your support. And again, to my beautiful wife, Kaylin, thank you. I'm sorry, and I love you. God bless you all. Thank you.